You think people love you for your kindness, but really they love the version of you that never says no. Let that sink in. We've all heard about the pick-me girl, which is when a girl bends and twists her needs, wants, desires to appeal to the masses, mainly men. Oh, I don't really have any boundaries. I'm really chill. Oh, I'm not like other girls. I don't need much attention. In the context of the pick-me girl, these things aren't honesty. It's essentially saying things that will get you picked. And the good girl syndrome is not very different to the pick-me girl. But the thing is that the good girl syndrome has got really good PR. In the same way a pick-me girl won't say what she truly thinks, someone with good girl syndrome will do the same thing. They won't say what they truly feel. They'll say the things that will keep the peace, get them picked, that will get them liked. You see what I mean? Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Hi, if you're new here, my name's Maryam. On my channel, we talk about all things self-love, fashion, lifestyle, and if that sounds like something you like, go ahead and click the subscribe button down below. We have so much to talk about today, that's why I've got a drink with me as well. Today we're going to be talking about how someone with good girl syndrome is created, what to do when you realize you have it, and how to move past it and come back to yourself. A quick recap on what the good girl syndrome is. It's about never showing anger. It's about saying yes when you really want to say no. And it's about hiding your own needs and never ever having any sort or sense of boundaries because it makes you too difficult. It teaches you how to be agreeable, adaptable, available, always. The first thing we need to understand is that the good girl conditioning does not happen by accident. It's shaped through a lifetime of tiny invisible moments that teach you who you're allowed to be. For example, being praised for being low maintenance. When you get praised for being low maintenance, oh, she doesn't need much, you indirectly learn that your needs make you inconvenient, so you need to shrink them. So you shrink them to stay lovable. A second one is something I got as well, and that is being mature for your age. It's when you skip over any like messy emotions and you go straight to performance, to being really good at school, to never really needing anyone to look out for you because you've got yourself. Even if say you needed some help, you didn't want to ask for it because you love the title of being mature for your age and the validation you got from it. So even when you needed help, you suppressed them. Third one is when you only received love when you were good, quiet, helpful, responsible. Don't get me wrong, these are all amazing things and they should be praised. But when you only get love, when you only were shown love when you were good, polite, helpful, etc., that teaches your brain something very significant. Your sense of identity gets tied to how people view you at a very young age. And the fourth one is internalizing the general idea that nice girls don't complain. They don't complain, confront, or cause any kind of conflict. These are all examples of how the good girl syndrome comes to be in someone. And now let's understand the psychology behind this. You know, the same way your brain gets addicted to scrolling on social media was the same way your brain got addicted to the praise and approvals when you were younger. We're talking about dopamine. It becomes like muscle memory. People pleasing becomes something you just do. You sort of stop even asking yourself, do I really want to do this? You just say yes because it gives you that hit of yes, I'm gonna get that praise, I'm gonna get that dopamine hit. You're not even consciously thinking about it in this sense, but that's how your brain is operating. Your brain just remembers that it felt good to be liked, and so it just says yes and goes with the flow. Every time someone called you so sweet, so mature, not like other girls, your brain gave you a dopamine hit, a chemical reward for being agreeable. And you have the same way we just like grab our phone sometimes without even thinking, and I'm like, why did I even open my phone in the first place? That's the same thing that happens to you as well. You don't even know why you say yes to certain things. You don't even know why you agree to go to certain places. You don't even know why you're doing the things you're doing. Logically, you know you don't want to be there, but you just happen to say yes. You just happen to go against yourself, and that is because your brain is craving that dopamine. Once you understand this is when you can actually stop yourself from gravitating towards things that feel good. It's really just feeling familiar, but actually aren't good for you. And over time, you forget where the performance ends and where you begin. The lines are blurred. You don't really know who you are. You don't really know what you want, because somehow over the years, you sold yourself the idea that people need to fall in love with your performance and not your being. We forgot that we are human beings and not human doings. Now is about the time where the realization is hitting you. You've been disconnected from your true self for such a long time that you sort of feel uncomfortable. You sort of feel like a stranger in your own body. It's one of the main reasons why you feel so indecisive all the time, because how can you trust a stranger in this situation yourself? How can you trust yourself when you feel like a stranger in your own body? You don't really know what you want. So that's why you often go to so many people to help you decide. You need their validations because you trust them more, because you know them more than you trust yourself, because you don't really know who you are. But the good news is that it is never ever too late to come back to yourself. And even though though it feels like how the hell is that even gonna happen, it's okay because I have 2 really good frameworks to help you get back to yourself. Coming back to yourself is essentially asking yourself, am I doing this because I want to, or am I doing this because I like the idea of the praise I will get, the validation I will get from doing whatever it is I want to do? And if that feels difficult to answer, it's totally fine. That brings me to the first way to come back to yourself. It is to learn how to revert to your childlike spirit, keeping your inner child alive, because you weren't always like this. Because when we were kids, we were guided by feeling and not performance. Like if you felt like dancing, you would just dance. If you felt like coloring, you would just color. If you liked, I don't know, dinosaurs, you would talk about dinosaurs for ages, for hours, you wouldn't care. But then as we got older, the programming kind of began. We were taught that being a good girl was being quiet and not being too much. And so we started to let go of our inner childlike state. But where you are right now, your healing comes from slowing down, peeling back the noise and reconnecting with that inner version of yourself, because she's still there. You carry your inner child wherever you go. You've just been disconnected from them for a while, but that connection can always be rekindled as long as you're alive. Keeping your inner child alive will help you with coming back to yourself, because when you were a child, you did not act based off of what would get you the most praise. You would just do what you felt like doing because your brain wasn't developed to the point where it understood praise to that extent. And the second way of coming back to yourself is my personal favorite one, and that is a hell yes or no. It's basically saying yes to the things that make you go like, yes, hell yes, I want to do that, and saying no to the things that make you feel a bit iffy. I love to give the analogy of going shopping. Sometimes when I go shopping and I see something and I'm like, oh, it's nice, but I'm not like, yes, I love it. It's not like a hell yeah. And so I don't buy it because I know I'll never really use it. So what's the point in getting it? And that same framework, when you apply it in your own life, when it comes to pursuing a career, dating someone, when it comes to being friends with someone, if it's not a hell yeah, if it doesn't give you that sparkle or twinkle in your eye, then you probably shouldn't be there in the first place. You should want it fully, and you can't fake it. You can't fake that feeling. It's genuine, it's pure. And when you employ the hell yeah or no approach, it's easier to come back to yourself because you're operating from a very, very authentic place. You feel it in your body before your mind even catches up to it. Before you even say, yes, I want to do this, you feel like a tingle, like an excitement, like, you know, you're sitting upright, you're excited to do this. And if you can't really pinpoint that feeling, think about how you feel when you're about to see your favorite person. Think about how your body feels. You're excited, you're upbeat. With the good girl syndrome, what happens is that our ability, our muscle of saying no gets weak, and the hell yes or no framework really helps strengthen it. It really helps bring back feeling in that muscle. Because if it's not a hell yeah, then why are you going there? To be liked, to not disappoint? That's not desire, that's survival. I want to end this video by talking about intention. Remember that whatever act you are doing, being kind, saying yes, saying no, it always comes down to your intention. And it's our job to make sure we're always having the purest of intention. Alright guys, I really hope you enjoyed today's video. Comment down below your favorite part of this video, what part you relate most to. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!
You were gone.